bawat team na naririto. Salamat po sa pagpapaundak na sumali kayo sa first season po ng FEBL. Salamat po sa pagtitiwala nyo. Pinapangako namin, lalo pa namin pagagandahin po ang ligang ito hanggang matapos po.
Gives it Bodiakal with a quick goal! Gets that shot to go!
Fourth and final game here in the second day of the season. Still coming to you live here from Central Recreation Fitness Center here in the heart of Quezon City, the home of the FEBL Far East Basketball League inaugural season. Kami naman, powered by Nature Spring, Fat Boys Pizza Pasta, and Easy Jersey. Good afternoon, everybody. Charles Bichong here. Aaron D and Angelica Sarmiento at courtside. And this fourth and final game of the day natin, Philippine Maritime Institute playing their first game against Rizal Technological University, playing their second game.
Good afternoon to you, Charles, and good afternoon to all the basketball fans watching out there. As you mentioned doon, diba, itong PMI team playing their first game, their debut game in this tournament. On the other end naman itong Rizal Technical University losing their previous game to the PCU Dolphins by just 2 points.
And we're gonna take a look at the participating teams. Pero explain muna natin, Aaron, yung format nitong elimination round natin.
Basically, Charles, what's going to happen here is we have 10 teams in our tournament dito, and it's going to be a double round robin. So in the same way as UAAP style, no? So each team is going to face each other 2 times, and at the end of that, yung rank number 1 and 2 teams natin will have a twice to beat advantage. So every game is going to matter dito, but each team is going to have a lot of time to gel in this tournament, having a lot of time to get their feet wet.
That will mean more games for everyone dito sa FEBL Far East Basketball League inaugural season. Kami naman, talking about Rizal Tech University, coming off sila, it was a tough loss, 2 points lang yung pagkatalo nila against PCU nung first game.
Yup, Charles, just a 2-point loss dito by RTU. But shooting the offensive side, it's not a problem for this RTU team. The place where they struggled at, yung Achilles heel nila in that game, was from the turnovers standpoint and itong rebounding. Kasi sa offense talaga wala silang problema. Shooting 54.2% from the field, diba? So, very impressive for a team to shoot higher than 50%. And 44%, 8 out of 18 from 3-point distance.
Well, definitely, they would want to bounce back and get their first win here in the season. Sa kabilang dako naman, Philippine Maritime Institute playing their first game right now. A newly formed team, a young team din.
Yup, a young team lacking in experience. Yan ang nabanggit ni Coach Al Alemania, who's been the head coach of this PMI team for 5 years. What he wants to see from this team is for them to play together, for them to have fun. But then yun na nga, they're lacking a veteran presence. As he mentioned, 7 to 8 players have already graduated from this PMI team. But nonetheless, they're going to be looking to surprise everyone in this tournament, as they have not played a game yet with the element of surprise on their side for today's matchup.
And we will see how this game will develop in just a short while. Meanwhile, let's turn it over to Gio Cruz, our venue announcer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad to have here at New Era Central Recreation and Fitness Center here in Quezon City, as we bring you the continuation of Far East Basketball League Season 1. It's between the RTU Blue Thunders and the PMI Admirals. And now let's meet the starters, beginning with the RTU Blue Thunders. Starting guard number 2, Angelo de Guzman. Other guard number 20, Francis Soriano. At forward number 21, Kirby Escoto. Other forward number 1, Jethro Diet. And at center number 99, Claudio Gonzalez. Head coach for the RTU Blue Thunders, Mondel Martinez. Assisted by TJ Washington. And now let's meet the starters from the PMI Admirals. Starting guard number 4, Fritz Banados. Other guard number 21, Jericho Galicia. At forward number 16, Jefferson Arceo. Other forward number 30, Eric Hanapin. And at center number 7, Kenneth Manalo. Head coach of the PMI Admirals, Algero Alemania. Our game officials, crew chief, Rene Guevara, umpire.
Alright, the Far East Basketball League, fourth and final game of the day. Our starting five for PMI, Fritz Banados, Kenneth Manalo, Jefferson Arceo, Jericho Galicia, and Eric Hanapin. Para naman sa RTU Blue Thunders, Jetro Diet, Angelo De Guzman, Francis Soriano, Kirby Escoto, and Claudio Gonzalez. Once again, this is the last game of this Saturday's quadruple header, and it's gonna be a fun and thrilling one dahil itong isang team natin, yung PMI, playing their first game of the season, habang ito namang RTU Blue Thunders coming off a loss, wanting to get their first win also here in the season.
Yup, this RTU team seeking vengeance in this game today as they lost that last game against PCU by 2 points, but first blood drawn by PMI.
That is Kirby Escoto drawing first blood for PMI. De Guzman, 13 remaining. Overpasses that one.
And itong PMI team, head coached by Coach Al Alemania. He's been head coaching them for 5 years, and yun talagang sinasabi niya, 7 to 8 players graduated from this team. So a lot of his veterans left. Ang natitira dito as one of the veterans nila itong si Eric Hanapin, a third-year player, one of the vets of this team, a young vet. So they're gonna be looking at this guy to lead the way in terms of a motivation standpoint.
Meantime, Eric Hanapin missing 2 shots on that one. Ito na naman ang RTU Blue Thunders. Escoto swings it out. A 3. Won't go from Claudio Gonzalez, their team captain. 14 seconds on their shot clock. 8:25 remaining. Still scoreless itong PMI Admirals. Gonzalez, open. He kicks it out. Won't go on that three-pointer. Banados doesn't have the numbers. Gives it to Galicia. Still scoreless itong PMI Admirals. Galicia with the attack. A great defense coming from the big guys itong Blue Thunder.
And early, what we're seeing from this PMI Admirals team, first game nila in this tournament, but we could see their players love to get out in the open court into transition and try to drive. So very aggressive plays para sa kanila.
RTU coming from a loss last game, wanting to get their first win here in this season. Escoto sets the pick. Diet. Three-pointer from the corner won't go. Para kay Francis Soriano. Kind of a low-scoring ball game we're seeing right now. Baniados, wide open. Wala pa din. Takbo na naman itong Blue Thunder. Ahead of the pack is Soriano.
And yun na nga, RTL excelling in transition in their last matchup against PCU, scoring 26 fast break points doon against the Dolphins who had 25 in that game. So ito talagang RTU effective on capitalizing on quick offensive opportunities in their last game.
Galicia getting fouled sa knockout play nila na yun. Meanwhile, let's turn it over to our courtside reporter, Angelica Sarmiento.
After reviewing their first game here in FEBL, Coach TJ Washington reminded his RTU Blue Thunders na dapat one page lamang sila sa lahat ng kanilang ginagawa and work on their second chance points. He happily shared that right now, they are giving chance to their rookies and he is convinced that right now, they are solid para naman sa first game ng PMI Admirals. Though this is a short preparation for them, Coach Al is excited because most of his players are new and he believes in their potential, and this is a perfect way to mold his players. We will be seeing exciting game against fresh faces today, Charles and Aaron.
Thank you so much, Angelica. And for RTU, ayun nga, they have acknowledged the problem. Yung depensa nila. Kasi offensively, wala silang problema eh. For PMI naman, fresh faces, fresh start para dito sa Admirals.
And the element of surprise on the side of this PMI team, di ba? Wala pang scouting report para sa kanila. So really, they have the chance to stun this RTU team.
Galicia with the leather. Medyo may first game jitters pa etong PMI Admirals. But this guy is showing no jitters. Galicia scoring 4 points already para dito sa PMI Admirals.
Galicia showing no fear on that shot. Kamikaze drive to the rim, floating in the air.
Soriano carving out space. Agaw dito ang PMI Admirals. Eric Hanapin, their third year athlete. Galicia against Daet. Shut off nicely. 9 seconds. Galicia hooks it up and in. Wow, very rarely do you see smaller guys doing that shot.
And Charles, the composure on Galicia, the guard, diba, driving into the lane, pulling it out, getting blocked out by the defender on that baseline drive. But then this time just takes it with the good patience of that hook shot.
Soriano naagawan. Takbo na naman itong mga nakaitim. Banyados doesn't have the numbers. Off iron yung tira ni Banyados doon. Gonzalez. They go inside. He gathers. Won't go pero may foul. Angelo De Guzman with that strong drive to the basket.
And De Guzman just cuffing that ball against two defenders. Splitting the defense and then taking that layup, getting fouled, heading to the line for two. What a beautiful pickup para sa kanya.
Almost halfway na tayo ng first quarter. Dalawa pa lang ang score ng RTU Blue Thunders. As De Guzman makes the first, parang nagkabaliktad naman yung nangyari nung first game para dito sa RTU Blue Thunders. Nung first game nila, sa opensa sila walang problema. Ngayon naman, sa opensa sila nagkakaproblema.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic start dito para sa RTU Blue Thunders as in that first game, diba, as we mentioned, 54% from their field goal percentage, 44% naman from three-point land. Pero yun na nga, medyo a cold start para sa kanila to start off this opening period.
4:48 remaining here in the first quarter. And turnover coming from Philippine Maritime Institute Admirals.
Yeah, just a miscommunication on that backdoor play.
RTU Blue Thunder coming off a 2-point loss no first game. Good ball movement. Everything but the shot coming from Daet.
Did all the hard stuff on that play, but it's interesting to see itong PMI Admirals going into a 2-3 zone against this hot shooting RTU team.
Galicia with a tough shot. Kanya pa din ang bola. Eric Hanapin. Nawala sa kanya. Angelo De Guzman all alone on that one.
And De Guzman, see you later, he says. Takes that layup, receiving that beautiful pass from his teammate.
Nakabangon na dito ang RTU Blue Thunders. 3:54 remaining here in the first quarter. 13 on the shot clock. May agaw dito si De Guzman. And an offensive foul is going to be called against Hanapin.
De Guzman being a pest on the defensive end. Once again, leading to the fast break points. As we mentioned kanina, itong RTU excelling in transition dun sa previous game nila. 26 fast break points.
RTU playing their second game of the season. De Guzman wide open. De Guzman hits! Lamang na ang RTU Blue Thunders.
And De Guzman starting hot in this opening period. Gets the layup on the other end, and ito naman on that previous possession, a three-pointer off the catch and shoot play.
Wide open ito si Arceo. Fouled! Basket and beyond para kay Arceo.
And a timely cut right there by Arceo, just receiving it on that mid-range area near the baseline. Take a look at that. Beautiful cut, finding the open space on the court. Gets fouled.
Just late recovery coming from Francis Soriano. But Arceo couldn't get him the lead. I guess itong RTU, wala nang jitters, no?
And definitely after that previous game they played with that hot shooting start para sa kanila.
Great ball movement para sa kanila na naman. Soriano getting fouled on that one. Talagang hindi mo masisisi kung bakit siya na-foul, Aaron. Dahil ang ganda, ang bilis ng ikot ng bola sa kanila.
Kita mo naman, Charles, how that RTU Blue Thunders team whipped that leather around, starting from the left wing, moving to the right wing, another pass to the middle, and then that last pass to the dunker spot for that easy two, resulting in a foul. Yun na nga 2 free throws dito.
Kaso sablay.
And yun lang, just like the previous game, no, Charles, free throws coming to bite itong PLP Green Warriors in the end. So very important na these teams convert on their free throws early in this game.
Meantime, corner 3 won't go. Offensive rebound. Agaw dito sa De Guzman. Against 2 defenders. Escoto now to Santos. De Guzman going inside, kicks it out. Soriano a 3, gets it to go!
And I'm loving the patience from that RTU Blue Thunders team. Tingnan mo doon, they had a lot of chances to take that contested shot. Pero tingnan mo doon, they found the best possible shot and they found that left wing open 3-pointer.
Acorda, kind of a tough shot, but no problem anyway.
And Acorda with a bit of an awkward position on that shot, but nonetheless still making it.
1 minute and 35 seconds remaining here in the first. Soriano, who's hit one earlier. Masyadong mataas yung pasa para kay Daet. Acorda. 3! Good if it goes!
And here we go, pinapakita na ng PMI Admirals what they got. It looks like they're an offensive team starting this off.
De Guzman gustong bumawi. Wala pa din.
And you notice with this PMI Admirals team, no, a lot of their players pulling up in transition from the 3-point area. It looks like Coach Al Alamenya, ito talaga ang game style niya, game plan niya is to allow his players to shoot early in the offensive set, early in the shot clock.
Under a minute remaining here in the first. They go inside. Naagawan. Kanila pa rin ang bola. That is Yayong, the smallest guy on the floor, making it happen para dito sa PMI Admirals. Lamang sila ng 4.
The Blue Thunders just forgetting Yayong on that play as a 3-point attempt. Oh, that's deep and down.
Kapapasok lang nitong si Nitura. This guy is coming from a sporty family. Itong si Antonio Nitura. Gonzalez goes inside. 8 seconds remaining. No problem para kay Eric Hanapin, their team captain. Soriano, now to Escoto. Wow! Just a 3-point shootout here in the first quarter. 2 seconds remaining. And we're tied at 18. What a quarter we just saw. Nung first 5 minutes nung laro natin, parehas malamig. Then the last 5 minutes, it was a 3-point shootout.
And kanina, Charles, diba, we kept saying itong RTU Blue Thunders, an offensive team having no problem putting the ball into the bucket. Pero mukhang itong PMI Admirals din, sinabi nila, kami din, ganun din. As they show us the offensive range in this opening period. 18 all is the score at the end of this first quarter.
Second quarter of action is about to begin. Still coming to you live here from Central Recreation Fitness Center in Quezon City, the home of the FEBL. Good afternoon, everybody. Charles Bechong here. Aaron D. and Angelica Sarmiento at courtside. And after the first quarter, we're tied at 18 after a 3-point shootout dito ng dalawang kupunan natin as Gonzalez carving his way against Raymart Dairit.
Just 2 big bumps by Gonzalez.
Oh.
Carving space inside the little man and taking that shot.
Soriano now to Harabejo. Ganda ng ikot ng bola ng RTU dito. They go inside. Oh, emphatic rebound.
Skying high for that board. Renz Abando-like. And look at that, Charles alley-oop.
Santos won't go. Bilis ng takbo ng bola nitong dalawang kupunan natin. Crisp passing from RTU Blue Thunder. Hindi nga lang sila makashoot. Nitura. Alley-oop. Won't go. Everything but the shot.
But credit the floor vision dun of Nitura, seeing that through all the defenders.
Tsaka wide open na siya dun eh. Especially he hit one earlier. Another 3 won't go para kay Acorda. Toralba. We go inside. Wala pa din. Toralba, the offensive rebound, the fade, the kick out. Nitura 3. Won't go. Santos is running. 4-on-3 situation. Yayong, the fake. The pass. Santos. Wala pa din. Kanila pa rin ang bola. Dairit. Couldn't get the basket to go.
And alam mo, Charles, those shots may look easy, yung mga malapitan na ganun, pero mahirap din yun.
Proles drops it in. Wala pa din yan. Proles, the offensive rebound. So na ngayon ang pinapakita na depensa nitong PMI. Alley-oop na naman, masyadong mataas.
Nitura trying that same play from that last possession.
Acorda against Nitura. Good defense coming from Antonio Nitura. Nitura going inside. Gets fouled.
And itong si Nitura, Charles, staying very aggressive in this second quarter. Pero alam mo sinong gusto ko makakita ng touches dito? Itong si number 25 Toralba of the RTU Blue Thunders. Because Stephen Toralba led the team with 22 points in their last game with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. So really showed us a all-around performance dun para sa kanila.
Meantime, it's Proles missing on that short stab. Kanila pa rin. He kicks it out. Toralba, a 3. Short. You can see the unselfishness of the RTU Blue Thunders. Meantime, Gonzalez. Napakialaman doon. Nitura. Over to Proles.
And Proles with a weird step on that play. Is taking a step into his defender to avoid that block or that steal.
3 minutes gone by the first quarter. 2 points pa lang ang score nitong dalawang kupunan natin. Remember, we finished the first quarter 18 points ang score ng dalawang kupunan natin. Ngayon, tied at 20 pa din. So, great defense ang pinapakita rin nitong dalawang teams natin ngayon.
Yeah, Charles, we're seeing a up in the defensive intensity. Pero actually, may halong malas din ito kasi there was a lot of open looks for both teams, especially yung mga malapitan, pero they couldn't make it.
Gonzalez won't go. Proles, the big guard for RTU.
Toralba's alone in the corner. Didn't find him there.
Nitura now to Toralba. Harabejo, basket and one!
Narabel just spinning to the bucket, using his size on that play. Take a look at that, Charles. Oh, spinning to the left, taking the bump. The bruise and a deuce for the big man.
Ganda rin kasi nung positioning niya doon eh. Iikot na lang niya yung pivot foot niya. Lamang na siya. Plus, he has the size advantage, although magkasing laki sila ni Dairit. Pero mas malapad itong si Harabejo sa kanya. 6:09 remaining here in the second quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Galicia. Oh, sorry turnover coming from the Admirals. Itong PMI Admirals, Aaron, parang yung kaninang dalawang kupunan din natin, no? Run and gun system sila dahil they lack size, eh. They lack height.
Yeah, yun talaga. Ito naman itong RTU Blue Thunders on the other end, diba? They're a big team. Even their guards malaki, no, Charles? And they can shoot from the outside.
Speaking of shooting outside, Antonio Nitura with a 3. Won't go.
And a bit of an awkward release, no? Para kay Nitura, parang low release yung shot niya about from the chest area but still very effective para sa kanya.
Bañados getting blocked by Proles. Nitura recovers. Up ahead to Torralba, who gets fouled.
Pero itong si Torralba, Stephen Torralba, yet to hit the mark in this game. As we mentioned kanina, diba, was that leading guy in their opening game for the RTU Blue Thunders. Itong si Stephen Torralba shot 69% from the field, 9 out of 13, including 7 out of 8 from inside the arc. So very efficient player ito para sa RTU in their previous matchup. Yun ang inaabangan natin to step up in their game today.
Stephen Torralba missing on that first free throw. Also on the second. Pero sa kanila pa rin ang bola. Down to 10. Proles. Pesky defender. Itong si Gonzalez. Galicia walks into a 3. Galicia knocks it down from distance.
Nakita mo talaga, Charles, he has the authority to shoot that shot. No second thoughts, just pulled up in transition.
Their last game's best scorer, itong si Stephen Torralba. Still cold so far. Nitura with 9. Using a size advantage. Proles with 4. Has to put it up. Nitura, offensive rebound, height was might, size mattered on that play.
And Nitura, the big guard for this RTU squad, doing it all for them. 3-pointers, inside attacks, and even on the defensive end.
Acorda being at the right place at the right time after that couple of misses. Tatlong minuto natitira dito sa second quarter. Nitura, the big guard of RTU. Wala pa din. Ito na ulit ang Admirals. Arceo doesn't have the numbers. Kind of a forced shot. Saves it to the wrong guy. Here come the Blue Thunders. Proles, the strong attack. Won't go. Nitura. Wala pa din. Great defense coming from the Admirals.
And yun na nga, Charles, about first quarter, both teams scored 18 points, pero they're having a hard time converting on those easy buckets on the inside. Yung mga malapitan talaga, doon sila nahihirapan ngayon.
Nitura setting up his teammate Proles for the easy deuce.
And this time, Proles making sure as Stephen Torralba getting a steal off the inbound.
4-point swing para dito sa RTU Blue Thunders. Look at the recovery on defense. Even though hindi successful yung pag-force ng turnover nila ngayon, Aaron, you still love to see it. Yung hustle nila diving for those loose balls.
And I'm sure itong RTU Blue Thunders, diba, they talked about it in their last game kasi sa offense talaga, hindi sila nagka-problema doon, diba? Shooting hyper-efficient from the field. Pero yun na nga, parang sa depensa sila bumabawi ngayon. They're trying to take advantage of that, especially against the smaller PMI Admirals team.
Meantime, Galicia just couldn't get enough English. Acorda, wala pa din. Torralba secures it.
Acorda hounded by 4 yellow shirts on that play.
Wanted to go inside and alley-oop. 17 seconds on the shot clock. They go inside. against two black shirts. Ganda ng depensa dito kay Sean Angeles. Arceo now to Hanapin. Their veteran player, good spin, Hanapin. Great defense coming from the Blue Thunders. Trinidad against a much smaller defender. The drop step, wala pa din. Angeles, traveling violation yan.
Another sorry miss for the RTU Blue Thunders. From point blank, wala na naman para sa kanila.
A minute and 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Putting pressure on defense itong Blue Thunders. Broken easily nito ni Acorda. But couldn't get the basket to go. Rebound, Blue Thunders. Trinidad kicks it out. Torralba, short stab. Knocks it down.
And Torralba showing us why he was the leading scorer in that previous game. Making that quick two-pointer from that baseline area.
Ooh, sorry turnover. Coming from PMI Admirals.
And alam mo, Charles, ang nakikita ko talaga dito from this PMI Admirals team, their players, they do not hesitate at any moment, diba? Every time they see na they have a chance to attack, nakita sila ng butas, they try to attack it, they try to take advantage of it. And it's actually working in their favor right now as they're taking advantage of all opportunities na nakakuha nila.
Meantime, Sean Angeles coming up with a miss.
And another miss na naman, Charles, no, from point blank range para sa kanila.
Bañados. Now to Galicia. 37 seconds remaining. 10 on their shot clock. Galicia, a 3. Off to the right. De Guzman stops. Pops. Won't go. 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. Hanapin hands it off to Arceo. Bañados with 10. Oh, he knocks it down from deep. 3 seconds remaining. Trinidad with 1. That will do it to end their first half of action here in this game. 30-28 is the score.
And a sign of good things to come doon para sa PMI, making that three-pointer itong si Bañados. Just a 2-point lead dito para sa RTU Blue Thunders. Really, both teams have been doing the damage on the offensive end. Pero yun na nga ang mangyayari dito. Ang Achilles heel for both teams dito is the defense. Who can get more stops in this game? Who can force those turnovers?
And that is our final score, or halftime score, 29-28. RTU Blue Thunders up by 2. Third quarter of action is about to begin. Dito pa rin tayo sa Central Recreation and Fitness Center dito sa Quezon City para sa continuation ng elimination games ng ating FEBL Far East Basketball League inaugural season. Kami naman, Charles Bechong here, Aaron D and Angelica Sarmiento at courtside. And after the first two quarters, Aaron, 30-28 is the score. PMI Admirals with the lead. What have we seen so far from these two teams?
Well, definitely these two teams, offensive-minded teams. As we take a look at the field goals, 35% for PMI, 30% lang for RTU. So, they're not really shooting that well right now. Pero tingnan natin yung points in the paint, 29% lang para sa PMI. Ito naman RTU, 38%. And then sa rebounds naman, tingnan mo doon, out-rebounded itong PMI, 29-10. Well, that's really expected kasi this RTU team is a big team, di ba? They have a lot of players. Kita mo nga pag nag-substitute sila, platoon substitution ang ginagawa nila. So, a lot of fresh legs dito. And yun na nga naging problema ng RTU from their last game, di ba? It was rebounding and they're trying to clean it up in this game.
Well, yung rebounding, wala tayong question dyan. Pero yung conversion naman, nakita natin ang daming magagandang pasa nitong RTU Blue Thunders. Yun nga lang, they could not convert. They could not hit their shots.
Yeah, Charles, a lot of gimme shots from the inside. Alam mo yung mga, as I mentioned kanina, yung mga malapitan, hindi nila makuha, di ba? Hirap na hirap sila doon. They could have the lead dito and a really big lead if they converted on at least half of those shots. Pero I'm sure, di ba, they're gonna be trying to adjust to that, to find the rhythm dito as Trinidad right there. That guy, Trinidad, he was one of their leading scorers playing an impactful role off the bench, shooting 80% from the field, adding 11 points in just 13 minutes para sa kanila.
33-28. PMI Admirals trailing by 5. Hanapin. Goes to Galicia with 7 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Down to 5. Has to put it up. Santos. 2 seconds. Galicia. Oh my goodness! Beats the buzzer!
And Jericho Galicia, the leading scorer in that first half for PMI, this time has 11 points early in this third quarter. Yan talaga ang role niya from outside, the marksman.
That short stab won't go. Para kay Rancer Serrano.
Trinidad making 2 in a row. Jacob Trinidad.
Santos has it on top of the key. Kasona dito ang RTU. 10 seconds remaining on their shot clock. Hanapin, kicks it out. Santos down to 7. Santos knocks it down.
And nice patience by Santos on that play. Could have taken that three-pointer from the top of the key. Instead, opted to take 2 dribbles to the left and taking that pull-up jumper from the elbow. Intelligent play para sa kanya.
Trinidad steps back. Now to Sean Angeles. De Guzman back to Trinidad with 7. Oh. Sayang yun, Aaron. Isipin mo, naglaro na ang PMI ng magandang depensa for 20 seconds pero down the last few seconds, you will foul.
And they bail out this guy, itong si Jacob Trinidad. And tingnan mo doon, di ba? A hard closeout on him after making 2 3-pointers in a row on back-to-back possessions. Tingnan mo doon, hard closeout this time. He takes it inside for that pull-up jumper. Another hard closeout by another defender, help defense. And it ends up, he gets fouled right there, going to the line for 2 free throws.
That is dangerous para kay Jacob Trinidad as he hit a couple of 3-pointers already. And these free throws can really get him going. Ay, makakabutas siya ng makakabutas eh.
Yeah, Charles, in that first half, di ba? Just played 1 minute and 48 seconds itong si Jacob Trinidad. Even in their last game, di ba? 13 minutes lang ang linaro nitong ni Jacob Trinidad. But he scored 11 points in that 13 minutes. Off the bench pa siya. So talagang ang dami niyang pinakita. He actually converts a lot of his shots. Ang dami niyang nagagawa producing in just a short time for Jacob Trinidad.
Galicia against Serrano. 3 defenders! Oh my goodness! No problem para kay Galicia.
And Galicia scoring output now up to 13 points. Really early in this third quarter, he's putting this PMI Admirals team on his back.
Wanted to go to Trinidad pero may agaw doon si Galicia. Against De Guzman, Galicia, a lot of contact, no call. De Guzman, now to Serrano. And Serrano lays it in. What a tough contested shot para sa kanya.
And Serrano needing to spin that ball off the glass to get it to go. Almost a block there, taking it with the right hand.
Meantime, a turnover coming from Galicia once again. 39-35. 3 minutes gone by. The third quarter. De Guzman. Wala pa din yan. Santos is running. He gets doubled. That long distance bomb won't go. Hanapin the offensive rebound. Now to Domic. Wala pa din.
Nonetheless, still a good take doon by
Gonzalez.
By Gonzalez, itong si number 25.
Trinidad, wide open. Nagdalawang isip. Minsan yung pagdadalawang isip talaga, Aaron, no? It can alter your shot, eh.
And
even if you're wide open.
And Trinidad has no reason to think about the shot or hesitate kasi he just made 2 in a row on those previous possessions. Talagang he has the license to pull that trigger.
Santos now to Domic. Wala pa din yan.
And both teams, Charles, starting to miss shots.
Trinidad now to Serrano. Top of the key 3. And nagkakapitan sa ilalim itong si Galicia at si Serrano. Meanwhile, let's turn it over to our courtside reporter, Angelica Sarmiento.
Iikot ang bola at huwag patagalin sa kamay ang bili ni Coach Al sa kanyang Admirals. For now, he is asking them to be consistent and vigilant. Para sa Blue Thunders naman, habol tayo na mukhang nagawa na nga nila. Yan ang sigaw sa kanilang dugout dahil sabi nga ni Coach TJ, magulo ang kanilang first half because some of their players were late for the games due to the bad weather kaya they lack of communication inside and he is expecting to see the improvement in the remaining half. So let's see if we will be able to notice it. Charles and Aaron.
Thank you so much, Angelica. Well, that is true, Aaron. No? When you're playing your first game, minsan you unconsciously nag-showboating kayo eh. Dahil gusto nyo magpasikat lahat, gusto nyo makuha yung unang panalo, medyo hindi nyo napapaikot ng maayos yung bola.
And yeah, yun na nga nakikita natin minsan on this PMI team, diba? As we mentioned kanina, itong PMI, the way that their players play, diba? No fear, no hesitation. Minsan di na talaga nila iniisip. They attack every hole they see. And it was very effective for them in that first half.
Meantime, Netura, wide open. Parang nagulat siya doon na libreng-libre din siya eh. Especially mas malapit ng konti yun.
Yeah, and itong PMI team just forgetting Netura. How do you forget him? Such a big player. One of the taller players. Tinan mo naman playing center in that zone defense.
Hanapin, kicks it out. Galicia against Trinidad. Tough shot coming from Galicia. 4-on-2 situation. Netura drops it down to De Guzman. Wala pa din yan. Hanapin. Goes all the way. Wala pa din. Torralba wide open from the corner. Good box out by Tony Domic. Agaw dito ang RTU.
And both teams converting on errors in this third quarter. Really nothing going in for them. Nothing happening para sa kanila.
Netura fakes out 2. Torralba thought about it. Trinidad short. Serrano gets blocked but there's a foul.
And really the pace for both teams at this point in time with these last 2 minutes, last 3 minutes, hindi talaga maganda ang napapakita ng both teams. Really, they're just out of sync at this point in time. Maybe a timeout would be good for any of these teams kasi yun na nga, diba? They're out of sync.
When Antonio Netura faked out 2 defenders, he already had the shot but decided to pass it.
Yeah, just a bit too unselfish dun para kay Antonio Netura. Pero it seems like that's been the trend for this RTU team. No? They love to whip that leather around, find that best quality look. And mukhang itong si Netura, at that point in time, naisip niya na the best quality look was to kick it out.
That was a case of over-unselfishness, overpassing. Especially, hindi pa ganun kalaki yung kalamangan nila dito at 6 points. Hindi pa silang maagawan. The ball will remain with the Admirals.
Ano ba dun? That's a 1-2-2 full court press dito para sa RTU Blue Thunders. They're gonna double team immediately on the first pass.
3:50 remaining here in the third quarter. Arceo. Nahihirapan silang basagin yung pressure defense itong RTU. Proles to Nitura to Toralba. Great passing.
3 passes onto the bucket. Beautifully ran play doon para sa RTU.
Santos stops. Santos won't score. Ito na naman ang RTU. Domic coming up with a steal. Tony Domic going all the way. Wala nang ginawa doon si Serrano.
And the C's just opening in the middle right there for Domic. Nobody picking up, no defensive resistance whatsoever, getting that open layup to go.
Escoto kicks it out. Nitura. A 3! Sweet string music coming from Antonio Nitura.
And Nitura has been very effective on this game, not just on the offensive end, pati na rin sa defensive end and on the rebounding aspect for his team.
Canieza naagawan ni Proles. 6-point swing para dito sa RTU Blue Thunder.
And maybe a timeout is gonna be needed dito para sa PMI as medyo magulo na ang nangyayari sa kanila dito.
Hirap na silang basagin yung press, but Tony Domic gets that easy deuce, cutting the lead to just 9 points. Resty Gonzalez finally.
And Gonzalez telling everyone, we don't need the timeout yet. Kayang-kaya pa namin to, the 5 on the floor.
De Guzman, now to Escoto, wide open 3. You love to see how Domic is playing so far in this game. Nawala pa yung sapatos niya ni Tura. From defense to offense. There's a stoppage of the ball. Dahil yung sapatos ni Tony Domic nawala, natanggal.
And kita mo dun si Domic, diba? Slinip on lang agad yung shoe. Ito na ulit yung depensa ng RTU Blue Thunder. Hirap basagin nitong PMI Admirals. Hanapin. Now to Domic. Yun naman ang maganda sa kanila, Aaron. Pag nababasag din na nakaka-convert naman sila. And yun ang problema on the other end. Toralba finishing it home.
We're talking about this nung previous game natin. Hindi pwede na nakikipagpalitan ka lang ng score. You need to force stops also. And not against this well-oiled RTU Blue Thunders team. Doon talaga mahihirapan itong PMI Admirals. Especially na, tingnan mo naman kung paano kalalim itong RTU Blue Thunders team. How they substitute, di ba? Platoon substitution ang ginagawa nila. 9-point lead, 53-44. Minute and 23 remaining. Hanapin. Now to Arceo. Domic once again. Wala pa din. Arceo saves it. Still couldn't get the basket to go. Antonio Nitura wide open. Extends the lead to 11 points. And that's what happens when you don't convert on those easy shots para dito sa PMI Admirals. Getting open court into the transition as 55-44 is the score. (55-44) with a minute and 3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So far, it has been a defensive masterclass na pinapakita nitong RTU Blue Thunder. Yeah, and they've been quick to convert on those errors dito para sa PMI Admirals. Kaya naman doon, every error, another error as we talk about that, di ba? Itong 1-2-2 full court trap nila, hirap na hirap talaga itong PMI Admirals.
And sometimes talaga, Charles, na nakikita natin, the ball handler, no one is coming over to help him, diba? No one's flashing for that pass on those open areas on the court. Minsan they're just leaving that ball handler all alone in that backcourt. Kaya tingnan mo talaga, he's being hounded by 2 defenders every single time.
And in addition, Aaron, when you're being pressured, bringing the ball down, you don't bring it down the sideline kasi it acts as a tertiary defender, yung mga linya natin dito.
Definitely, Charles, diba? Yung backcourt area, yung sideline natin, those are the trapping areas. That's where RTU Blue Thunders wants them. Diba? And that's where they're going to. Kaya nakakailan na silang turnovers in this third quarter.
Meantime, itong batang to, si Tony Domic, the rookie for the PMI Admirals, getting some important minutes para dito sa kanyang kupunan.
And he's proving to be very effective dito for the Admirals. Just sobrang simple lang talaga ng laro niya, diba? Doesn't do too much. I don't think I've seen him do any dribble moves para sa kanya. Pero yun na nga, he just knows how to position himself. Saan siya papakita, saan siya mag-flash. And he takes those mid-range jumpers doon para sure na sure siya doon sa shots niya.
Tony Domic splitting his charities. Diet. We go to Harabejo. The post scorer won't go. Gonzalez on the attack. Oh, Domic, one fake. That's all he needed to score.
And this is where the PMI Admirals want to be. Just a 10-point lead at the end of this third quarter. They need to get a stop dito.
An offensive foul ang itatawag kay Jeff Antion. 5 seconds remaining here in the third.
And a chance to put themselves in an even better position with a chance to put this down to less than double digits.
Here they go. PMI Admirals, naagawan pa. 3 seconds to go. Gonzalez could not score on that last possession. He could not give the momentum back to PMI Admirals to get them going at the start of the fourth and final quarter. 57-47 at the end of third. RTU in the lead.